about what is Python and how are we going to run the code in ideally. And today we're continuing the session. We are going to see about installing a text editor. So somebody asked yesterday about installing VS Code. Yes, you can use installing VS Code. That's up to you. If you're okay with your configuration, you can use Visual Studio Code. No problem. VS Code versus Sublime Text. So this is what I am using. Sublime Text. It is used for developing large scale products, and it is a bit slower than VS Code. Okay, so only thing is about making the performance. So very good evening one and all. Can you all hear me? So yesterday we have seen about how to install Python, and we have seen about how the things can be done with the Python as calculator. So today let us see how to install the text editor. So text editor in the sense I'm using Sublime Text. So there are so many text editors available in the internet. Whichever you are feeling okay with, then you can install that. So I'm using Sublime Text. Why? Because I'm using many projects, so it is very easy for me to manage it. And when comparatively, uh, it occupies less memory than VS Code. So let me tell you how to download Sublime Text and also Visual Studio. Whichever you are okay, you can go with that. So to download Sublime Text, hit Sublime Text 3. I guess you can hear me, right? Can somebody respond? Can you hear me? Can you hear my voice? Please mute yourself. Okay, so let's see how to download the Sublime Text 3. Search in Google Sublime Text 3 and you can find out so many versions available. So you can go for this, whichever given in block letter, because that is suitable for your operating system. Just click this, or a portable version, anything is fine. Save. See, when you're comparing Visual Studio, it is of very less size, just around 13 MB. When you go for Visual Studio Code, like VS Code download, so download Visual Studio Code, it is around 200 MB, I guess. So system installer, I'm going for Windows. So that comes around 200 MB. I'm not going to download here. So we have to download once again the extension for this. That is Python extension. You have to install it separately. So that is one of the biggest disadvantage what I share, because you have to install VS Code once, and also you have to install once again the extension for VS Code. Okay, so once it is downloaded, Sublime Text, you can right click and extract here. So you can see here Sublime Text application. It is of 8 MB. Double click, then it starts working. That's all. Super simple. So you can start typing your code and you can start working with that. Okay, when you're using Sublime Text, I would like to share only one thing with you. You have to get a plugin. You have to get a plugin to work with it. Otherwise, you cannot get the input. So we will learn those things later. Don't want to worry about now. all you want to know only one thing is how to download the Sublime Text. Once you download the Sublime Text, I'll tell you what to do next. So if you are attending classes in computer, kindly go to this link and download the Sublime Text 3. I'll share in the chat box. So go to this link and download the Sublime Text. It is optional. It is purely optional. What I'm trying to say here is Python code in IDLE or Sublime Text. Both are doing for the same purpose. If you are okay with IDLE, that is Python default text editor, you can go with Python default text editor. Or if you want to do with multiple projects in future, you may require an advanced text editor. The advanced text editor is Sublime Text. There are so many available, but I prefer Sublime Text. See, all these things you can use for it. Whichever you are comfortable, you can go and edit with. Each one is different interface. Of those, this is the lightest one, Sublime Text. I'll tell you later. Don't worry if you don't understand anything at this point. What you have to understand here is only one thing. You can type Python code in IDLE or text editor. Either of is fine. Anything is fine. That's up to your choice. Now, moving on. We have seen about calculator yesterday. We have seen about interpreter yesterday. So the calculator program means it works immediately line by line. Prem Kumar, please mute yourself. Dear participants, please mute yourself. Okay, so first step, let me recollect the concept. First step, we have learnt about addition, that is a number plus symbol plus another number. If you hit enter, you will get the result on the very next line. That is addition. Subtraction, once again, you get a number and subtraction symbol and another number, you will get the output on the very next line. That is subtraction. Multiplication, you get a number and the symbol star, and then once again you get one more number, then hit enter. That will work with multiplication. So this is the example, basic three examples we have seen yesterday. And once again we have seen with the power exponentation. Please mute yourself, participant. Okay, so addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division we have seen with basic division, that is 6 divided by 4, that comes 1.5. If you give the floor division, 6 floor division by 4, that will only give the number without decimal point. So the answer is 1. If you give 6 modulus 4, then the output will be 2 because the 2 is remainder. Next, to the power of. To the power of means square. If I want to do 6 square, I will use 6 star star 2. That is 6 square. How will I work 6 cube? Any answers? Any guess? How do I get the answer for 6 cube? Any guess? How do I find the cube root? Cube of a number. Example, I want to find a 6 cube. How do I get 6 cube answer? Okay, it's a good guess. Actually, 6 star star 3. That's it. You have to use only 2 stars. Anyhow, it's a very good try. 6 star star. 6 to the power 4. Then it is 6 star star 4. Okay, that is how it works. 6 cube, 6 to the power 4, 6 to the power 6. Everything is possible with help of star star. That is called exponentation. That is 6 to the power of 6. So these are the basic operations available in Python, and you can do it as calculator. Now let's go for the next thing. Suppose if I want to store a value, it is smaller number. Example, it is single digit number. I can type every time easily. Suppose if it is a very big number like this, 46656, 5656 223. It is a very big number. I cannot remember every time. So what I can do, I give a name to the number. So what I can do, I can assign a name to the number. Say like an example, let me take this as my score. So my score is equal to, I can assign a number. Okay, so whenever I want to get the number, I can easily get from my score. Example, my score. See, I get the number. Instead of typing every time like 46656565223, it is a hectic task. Instead of that, what I do, I simply type my score. So what is my score? That is the number. So if you give a name to a value, if you give a name to a value, is called a variable. Please note it down. Giving a name to a value is called variable. Okay, so giving a name to a value is called a variable. Example, we have seen like a equals 100, weight is equal to 45.67. Anything is fine. Anything is fine. Assigning a value with a name is called variable. So this is the example, my score. So what is the help of my score? My score can be easily done with basic operations. Example, if I want to multiply my score into 1 or into 2, I can use like this, my score into 2. To make you understand easily, I can go like cost is equal to, example, petrol cost, just for example. So petrol cost is equal to 103.13. Okay, so now how many liters I want to fill? Let me type like liter is equal to 5. So now if you want to calculate the bill amount, okay, so bill is equal to petrol cost into liter. Sorry. So you want to calculate the bill amount, I can use this bill is equal to petrol cost into liter. So the bill amount can be printed at the last like this bill. So what it means? It says the bill amount. So this is how you can easily work with Python. So in Python, you can easily get to know that we can store the name under store a value under a name. With the help of the name, you can easily manipulate it. Say like an example, if you want to get the diesel cost, so diesel cost is equal to like 100.23. Okay, so liter we know already liter. So we know how much liter we have got, that is 5. If you want to calculate the bill, I can easily calculate with the help of diesel cost multiplied with liter. So now this is the price. This is the price of my diesel when I fill 5 liters. So this is how you can easily work with Python. Now, if you want to have one more example, you can have like fruit price. So fruit price is equal to 307.44, and you can calculate like how many kilograms. So kilograms is equal to 10. Then the final price is fruit price multiplied with kilogram. So this is the final cost of that bill. Have you understood, participants? Any doubt in this? Don't worry if your signal is not so strong or if it is not clear. We will share the recordings with you. Actually, I'm recording the session, so you will be getting the recordings. Don't worry about the network or signal strength. Don't worry about it. This is how we use the variable. Please note it down. What is variable? Variable means giving a name to a value is called a variable. Those who have computer can try this out. Try this cost, petrol cost into liter. Try this program. To make you understand, this is our hand cricket program. I mean your final project program. I'm sharing wherever I'm using the variable. So can you find out the variable in these lines? Find out the variable from these lines and type in the chat box. Find out the variable from these lines and type in the chat box. How many variables are there and what are they? Give a try. So there are some variable names on my screen. Find out the variable names and type in the chat box. This is your program. This is your program, and I gave the task that find out the variables I use in this particular part of a program and type it in your chat box. Okay, it's good try. You're trying good. There are four variables. There are four variables from the given snippet. There are four. Okay, first one is core. You're right. This is a variable. Correct. Pn is a variable. CPUR is a variable. PR is a variable. Yes, you are correct. All these four topics are variables. You are right, because it is assigning a value. It is also getting input. It is getting random number. It is getting R input. So there are four variables in this. And here we have one more variable, that is score. Here we have one more variable, score, and that's all. So we have score, we have clear. So clear is also a variable because it is assigning a value. You just see, you don't want to understand the program, but I'm helping you to just see what does it look like, how it looks like. I'm just showing you an example. So that's all. The variables available in our program. So what is a variable? Variable is a value which holds a name. If you give a name to a value, then that is called a variable. Try this out. If you have computer or laptop, kindly try this out. Okay, so we are learning second day program. Second day we are learning with syntax and the variables. So what is a variable? Variable is a name which refers a value. So this is a value which is a whole number. This is a value which is a float number. Float. This is called integer and this is called a float. In Python, we name type of a variable or type of the data. So very first thing we have learned number, which is a whole number, that is called integer. And next we have learned about a number with a decimal point, that is called floating number. Now, after this, there are some rules for naming variables. Okay, there are some rules for naming variables. What are the rules? It should not be a keyword. It should not be a keyword. Rules, okay? First rule, it should not be a keyword. Second rule, it should not contain any special character. It should not contain any special character. And next rule, it should not start with a number. Okay? What is allowed? One underscore is allowed. It is an important interview question. Rules for naming identifiers are variables. So what are the rules for naming identifiers or variables? The very first thing, it should not be a keyword. What is keyword? You may all have this doubt. What is keyword? So what is keyword? Keywords are the special reserved words that have special meanings and a purpose. That's all. What is keyword? Keyword means that has a special purpose. So keyword is a special reserved word. What it does? It does a special task. Keyword is a special reserved word. It does a specific task. Sayed, you will get the class recording today. You will get the recording of yesterday's and today's today. Okay, don't worry about it. You will get the recording today. Okay, so Python is a programming language which contains keywords. What is keyword? How do I know what is a keyword? You can easily get to know. Okay, how do you get to know? You have to type a simple program. So first thing, import keyword. Okay, import keyword. So this is the specialized program. You just have a glance. What is the question? The question is how to know the keywords in Python. To know the keywords in Python, you should type this one, import keyword, and then next line, keyword dot kw list. If I do this, what happened? Whatever keyword in Python will be displayed. So whatever the keywords in Python will be displayed. Just 2 lines of program. Please note it down. Nazma, you will get the recording in your group. Don't worry about the recordings. You will get it in your group. So these are all the keywords in Python. And please note it down. This is also one of the interview questions. How to know the keywords in Python? Let me tell you how it is reserved word. Example, I can use this uh, name equal to Ford, color equal to red. So I can use this example, but what is the first rule? It should not be a keyword. See, this is my variable. It is nowhere related to this. Suppose when you try to use this one, AND, okay, AND equal to 100. If I do this, what happened? It shows syntax error. Why syntax error? Because and is a keyword. Anything, you try anything, you try to do anything like this. Example, if it is true, try to do like this, true equal to 12. See, syntax error. Now try with something else in your computer. Remember, there are three words. There are three keywords starting with a capital letter. Can you find out what are they? And type in the chat box. Can you find out what are the keywords starting with a capital letter? First letter, capital letter. There are three. Find out. Only three keywords start with a capital letter. First letter, capital letter. Have you found out? Exactly. True, false, and none. So remember, whenever you write like this. True, first letter, capital letter. False, first letter, capital letter. and none first letter capital letter. Please do remember. Suppose when you write first letter small letter, that is error. If you type false, first letter capital letter with a small letter, it's false. None first letter small letter, it is false. So please do remember the first letter should be capital only for these three keywords. Please note it down. So what are we seeing? We are learning about rules for naming identifiers or variables. So first thing we have seen that it should not be a keyword. So your names should not be a keyword. That is the first rule. This is the first rule. Okay. What is the first rule? Keywords cannot be used as identifiers. Okay. First rule. This is the first rule. Next, what is second rule? It should not contain any special character. What is special character? Special character means other than alphabet and number. Example, these are all special characters. So all these are special characters. Other than alphabet and number, we consider the symbols as special character. Bhavya, yes. Yes, Bhavya. Yes, Bhavya.
నిన్నే నిన్నే అడుగుతున్నాను
Yes, Bhavya. Yes, Subhashni. Yes, Subhashni. Yes, RK. No, you're raising hands. That's why I'm calling your name. Okay, so special characters, as we discussed earlier, special characters are the symbols other than numbers and the alphabets. So, as per the rule, we cannot use the special characters as the name of a value. Let's take an example. Hello equal to 123. It is correct. Now, if I try to do hello dollar equal to 123, will it work? Is this correct? Will it work? Will it work? Hello dollar 123. You can share your responses here. Will it work? Hello dollar 123. I got one reply. Subarao? No. Yes, the answer is correct. The answer is very correct. It will not work. Why it will not work? The reason, as Narendra Kumar says, it contains a special character, that is dollar. So it raises syntax error. Note it down. So what is syntax error? So syntax error means if you don't follow the rules declared in Python, then it raises syntax error. Remember, every programming language has different rules and regulations. If you do not follow the rules and regulations in that particular programming language, then it raises syntax error in that particular programming language. Billa Prem Kumar, yes, what's the doubt? Moving on. Um, if you write any other variable name with any other special character, then obviously it won't work. Example, 4, sorry, percentage AS is equal to 12. So it is also syntax error. Whatever the keyword we are using, see here, if you try to assign a value to that keyword, then it raises error. That is the first point. Second point, when you try to use the special character, then automatically it raises error. Example, petrol at equal to 122, then it is syntax error. So know these things first when it raises syntax error. Syntax error is raised when you don't follow the rules of programming language. Here we are learning Python programming language. So these are the rules for naming a variable. Next, one more rule, it should not start with a number. So it is saying that you can have a number. Example, I'll show an example. Number 1 equal to 100. This is valid. Okay. Number 2 is equal to 200. This is also valid. But if I take like 1a equal to 100, it is error. If you take 23a equal to 33, it is also error. Why error? Because that is the third rule. What is the third rule? It should not start with a number. So that is the third rule. Then, do we block all the special characters? No, we will give permission to only one special character. That one special character is underscore. Okay, example, first underscore project equal to 1200. So it is valid. So name equal to fruits. This is valid. But if you try to write like second name equal to green, now it is error. Why it is error? Let me create a poll. Let me create a poll. Second name is equal to green. Will it work? Yes, Esther Rani. Will it work? Those who have computers or laptops are like in your hand, you can try it out. Actually, 19 members have answered correctly. 2 members did not answer correctly. I'll tell you the reason. The reason is it starts with a number. Okay, it starts with a number. Example, 1a equal to 200, which is also not correct. Why it is not correct? Because variable name starts with number, so it is not possible. But it can give inside. Example, a1 is equal to 299. This is working. b2 equal to 100. It is also working. But what is not working? When you name a variable with the first letter number, then obviously it is not accepted. Please note it down. Not like invalidesimal letter. The first letter is a number. Any number. 9a equal to 11.
ఏందంటే ఏడన్నా
It is also not correct.
అవునా ప్రేయర్ ఎప్పుడా
Esther Rani, please mute yourself.
వచ్చిందిలే
Esther
మరి
Rani, can you hear me? Please mute yourself. Esther Rani, please mute yourself.
నేను వినిపిస్తుందా అది పోయినట్టు
Yes, Bhargav. Okay, so we have seen 3 rules. First rule, it should not be a keyword. Second rule, it can contain a special, sorry, it should not contain a special character. And third rule, it may, sorry, it should not start with a number. Yes, Salman Khan. Okay, these are the basic 3 rules. Next rule, underscore is only allowed. So let's check it out. Underscore is allowed or not. Example, a underscore b equal to 12. Yes, it is working. Underscore ab equal to 22. Yes, it is working. ab underscore equal to 22 or 2. Yes, it is working. So we have tried all 3 combinations with the help of underscore. Underscore is working. Please note it down. So we have seen 3 rules today. Simple 3 rules. The very first rule is it should not start with a number. Second rule, it should not contain a special character. Third rule, it should not be a keyword. And the fourth rule, only underscore is allowed. Please note it down. So these are the new naming rules of the variables in Python. These are the naming rules of variables in Python. If you do not follow the naming rules, obviously you will get syntax error. Please note it down. If you do not follow the rules as specified, you will get syntax error in Python. Now let's go to Sublime Text. I'll tell you how to work with the Sublime Text. So first thing, to create a new file, go to File, okay, New File, go to File and New File. So it opens like this. To give a name to your file, you have to save it. Example, let me type our first Python program, print 2 plus 2. Now you see it is in white color. Actually Python code should be changing color because of the interface, but here the colors are not changing. Why? Because it is formatted as plain text. Can you see on the right hand side this area? Just because it is plain text. Now what I observe carefully, now it is in white color. Now I'm going to the plain text and click. You see so many formats opened. Now which programming language are we learning? Python. So click Python. Now what happened? The colors are changed. Okay, this is first step. This is the very first step. Second step, how do you save this? Let me save this as sample. Okay, now I saved. So what is first thing? First thing, opening a file. So working with Sublime Text. What is first step? Opening a new file. Second step, change plain text to Python. Third step, run the program. These are the three steps. So first step, we open new file. Second step, we change to Python. Third step, we have to run. How do we run the program? To run the program, you have to go to tools. Please note it down. You have to go to tools. After go to the tools, you have to choose the build system. So if you install Python, automatically it shows Python here. So let me run in Python. Okay, see tools, build system, Python. Now after this, I want to build, that is Control B. If you press, you see I get the output. I get the output 4. That's all. Easy one. Now let me type one more program. Print 2 plus 3. Print 20 into 3. Print 1 divided by 8. Print 4 power 6. So see, I typed 5 lines together. I want to run 5 lines together at the same time. What I do? Once again, I go to tools. Okay, I go to build. Now you see, I get all the outputs. Output for 2 plus 2, output plus 2 plus 3, 20 into 3, 1 by 8, and 4 power 6. This is the use of Sublime Text. You see, it's very fast. Those who have computers, those who have laptops, I recommend you to try this one. Please try this now and share your feedback to me. Those who have computers now, please try this now. Install Sublime Text and share the output with me, please. I just want to clarify. If you are doing in Python interpreter, okay, this is one. This is one. If you're doing in Python, same process. What is same process? First go to file. Okay, what are we doing? Creating a new file. Okay, after creating a new file, let me copy and paste here. Okay, I typed 5 lines. After typing 5 lines, what should I do? I should go for run. In run, I should go for run module. Now it is asking for me to save. How do I save? I save as sample and run. You see, I get the output. 4560 0.125 4096. See, I get both outputs same. 4560 0.125 4096. I get both outputs same. If you like this interface, like working with this window, you can go with this window. If you like to work with only one window, top to bottom, you can go in this one. All are fine. So your class is allocated for 1 hour. So that's all. The class is going to be completed in 3 minutes. If you have any doubts, you can clarify now. Those who have computers, those who have laptops, please try this out. Very simple. Go to file and new file. Type your Python program and run. That's all. Super simple. So what is print? When you print, you will get output. That's all. If you print, you will get output. Now, if I use without print, let me see. 2 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 5, 5 power 5. I run the code. You see, I don't get any outputs. Same here. If I run without, see, if I run without print, I do not get any output. That is the reason why I should use print. Okay, those who have installed Sublime Text, those who have installed Python, please try this out. That's all for your today's class. Today we have learnt about how to download Sublime Text, how to configure Sublime Text, what is syntax, and what is variable, and we have learnt about rules for naming variables. So what we have learned today? We have learnt about Python syntax and variables. We have learnt about uh, using Sublime Text, and then we have learned rules for variables. That's all. So we have learned today all these things. We have learned today also operators. So all these things we have learned today. Those who have computers or laptop, please try this out. Those who have laptops or computers, please try it out. If you have any doubts, you can clarify now. We are about to end this session. If you have any doubts to clarify, please clarify now. We are about to ending the session. Tomorrow, we are going to learn about Python commands, single line and a multi-line. Okay, we are going to learn about Python commands, single line and a multi-line. Those who do not have laptop, try this website we have shared, right? Program as online Python compiler. Those who do not have laptop, try this website, online Python compiler, and try. See here, print 2 plus 2, print 23 into 23. I run, I get the output. See here. those who do not have laptop, try with this website, programs Python programming online compiler. If you do this, you will get to know the idea. How to download, actually Android phones I don't recommend. If you want to use Python in Android phones, you can refer in Google. See, there are some videos over there. There are some videos available in YouTube or in Google. You can refer more and try to install that. Okay, so that's all for today's class. I guess you have no doubts today. So prepare the concepts, whatever you have learned today, and then we are slowly getting into your internship project, and then let's start doing it. Uh, Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. You can leave now. Good night.